I'm not exactly captain of the football team, okay? I've never engaged in any mixed martial arts. However, I'm a fella, and I have a natural advantage over women, who are, physically speaking, the weaker sex. Everyone understood this until about 5 minutes ago in Hollywood, when they decided that every big fight scene was now going to be a little girl beating a big guy. So, my crack team of producers have assembled the greatest examples of girl bosses beating up fellas, and I will use analytical skills to determine which is the most preposterous. To begin, we have Woman King, which is apparently a movie from 2022. Take it away. The one thing this one has going for it is they're shrieking like animals. So if the idea is that it's wild animal versus people, but they're still humans, even if they shriek like banshees. If it were wild animals versus any kind of human being, man, woman, any race, any part of the world, then I'd believe it. But if it's just ladies versus fellas, did she slit his throat with her fingernails? Some women do have very long fingernails. But they would break. They break on little checkout computers. He could throw that woman off of her with his ankle. No. I'm afraid not. They did try to make it seem more realistic by making them look savage and tribal and with all the kind of crazy costumes and things on, but nah. In fact, that entire army of ladies probably could not take down... How many ladies was that? Like 24 of them? Probably could not take down 3 of the fellas. Not persuasive. Next one, Star Wars. This is, I think, the 75th Star Wars movie in which Rey, I might have seen this one. Rey, a lady Jedi, is just great at everything immediately. She kills the Emperor, who last I checked was thrown off a balcony into a blazing electrical fire by Darth Vader. But then I guess he came back. And she comes back and does everything perfectly. You take it away.
I'm all the Jedi.
I mean, he's an old man and everything, but he is the devil, right? Like, he is as much power as a bad guy can have, he's got. Luke Skywalker could do nothing against the Emperor. Had to rely on his dad to go and pick him up and throw him off a balcony because he had super robot power. What's frustrating about this, because you could imagine, all right, it's a magical world where they have laser swords and guns and mystical powers. So in that world, okay, if it's not relying on pure physical strength, then maybe the girl really could beat the guy because she's got the power of good and he's evil and evil is the privation of the good. I can get on board with all of that. What's so annoying about this is it's completely uninteresting. At least in Star Wars, in the original Star Wars, Luke Skywalker comes out and he picks up his dad's lightsaber and he almost beheads poor Ben Kenobi the minute he doesn't know how to wield it. Remember he has to go to the swamp planet and train with Yoda, and Yoda's disappointed in him because he doesn't know how to control his emotions. And so not only does he have to develop his physical prowess with the sword, but he also has to tame his emotions, which is so human. You have to bring your appetites and your emotions under the command of reason, and that's why it's a compelling, fun little kids show.
What did you say?
But in this, they just cut all that off. The only reason Luke Skywalker had to train in anything for 3 long movies is because he's just a dumb, stupid man. If only he had been a little girl, then he could have just beaten everyone in the first 10 minutes of the first movie. We could have fast-forwarded to the scene with all the little teddy bears dancing around Endor, and you would have been able to skip the whole saga. Next one is from SheHulk, Attorney at Law. This is a show from 2022. A woman is the new Hulk.
They can do much better.
And she fights the male Hulk, and she's just as strong as the male Hulk.
See,
Jen. You're doing the best you can, and you can do better.
Enough dialectical behavioral bull.
For the record, I really didn't want to do this. Okay, I wanted to do it a little. Why? Wouldn't you listen to someone who's been through all this before?
Because we're different people!
Lunkhead!
Tommy!
That's all you got?
She is doing that thing that certain vulgar women do where they kind of get in your face and go like, ah. There are men and women who, like, you ever, the husbands and wives or boyfriends and girlfriends who have no discipline whatsoever, they will fight each other. And the women will fight the men sometimes too. There is domestic violence, women against men, and sometimes the women can really mess the guy up a little bit. So I kind of buy this a little bit. She wouldn't be this strong, because you could say, well, they become this different kind of thing. And when they become this different kind of thing, then the women actually can overpower the men in this green new species. And you say, okay, you know, like sometimes the sexes are a little weird, like male seahorses give birth to babies. So you think, okay, maybe that's it. But then why would they make her so much smaller? That's very confused. That if maybe the woman Hulk species is just much larger than the male, then you'd believe it. But this you don't really believe. The fact that they just beat each other up and they still kind of like each other. So this seems to be like a representation of basically of domestic violence among people who can't control themselves. So in that way, I guess that's the most believable. Listen here, we will get to my pearls of wisdom again in one moment. First though, go to takelean.com, use code Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L 20. Do not mistake what I'm about to tell you about for another injectable weight loss solution. This is something entirely different. These impressive weight loss results come from a physician-developed dietary supplement called Lean. Lean was developed by medical and academic professionals as an alternative to GLP-1 medications, eliminating the need for injections. Research on the components in Lean demonstrates their ability to regulate glucose levels, significantly decrease hunger sensations, and enhance metabolism by utilizing fat stores as an energy source. Real people have seen real results. Lori M. wrote, quote, I've struggled to get weight off, and Lean has been a lifesaver. I've been losing a couple pounds a week or more. Kelly F. said, amazing. I immediately noticed an energy boost and a healthy loss in weight. I would promote this product to anyone. Strongly recommend it. If you struggled with weight, I know a lot of people have struggled with weight, go look into this, check this out. You know, sometimes a healthy diet and exercise just don't seem to be enough. That is where Lean is for you. Let's get you started with 20% off. Just use code Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L 20 at takelean.com. Results vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and is not a substitute for care from a healthcare provider. Next one is Game of Thrones. Heard of that one, though I've never watched a full episode of that show.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Arya Stark, the teenage girl, kills one of the show's most intimidating and powerful characters, the Night King. And she apparently did it pretty easily. Let's see. They're smart to make this really dark. Okay, I believe that one.
Get him out of my sight.
Because the argument here is she could never overpower him physically, but if she gets a tool and he doesn't have a tool and he's too distracted, then she could just stab him. That's true. You know, Goliath is bigger than David, but David has a tool. So that's what allows him to win. Even Samson, who is physically stronger than just about everyone around him, he still needs the jawbone of an axe to kill all the Philistines. So yeah, oh, it's fine. That's good. That's good writing. It's good fight writing. I'm fine with that. This is She's the Man. I remember this movie came out. She's Viola. Oh, what is the play that this is based on? 12th Night, right? The girl who had been dressing up as a boy to play soccer reveals her secret and wins an important game, competing against the men.
The girls' team at Cornwall got cut, and the guys wouldn't let me go out for their team. So, I've been pretending to be my brother while he was in London for the past 2 weeks. Ow. So I could make the team and beat Cornwall.
Just because you wear a wig doesn't prove you're a girl.
Okay, then.
Merciful Jesus.
These days, that wouldn't prove it either.
Where are you gonna kick it? Right here, aren't you? I know you're gonna kick it there. When your head? When your head?
Wow, he really went down hard.
Say that again?
Well, soccer is a sport for children, so physical strength is not the most important thing to it. Still, she just wouldn't kick it fast enough. It's not believable, but because it's a Shakespeare play and it's kind of fun and it was back in Amanda Bynes' nice years, it's not believable, but it's fun. It's fine. It's not believable, though. Final one. The Stand at Paxton County. Greg Perot. Oh, you know Greg. You know, okay, now this might be the best movie on the list then if Greg's in it. This is going to be fun to watch, actually. Greg gets beaten up by a tiny little woman. Yep. I could see this happening. I might have seen this happen at some point in real life.
What?
What I'm assuming happened in the scene just before this is Greg was up all night smoking Mayflower cigars and drinking a few Coca-Colas with the boys. So he wasn't in his right head. He was tired. He was a little clumsy. That's how he lost his footing and fell back and had that little pickaxe go through the back of his head.
How'd that get in there?
So that's totally that's the most believable one actually of all of them. The most offensive to me, weirdly enough, the Woman King thing is silly. The Last of Us thing is silly. The most offensive one is Star Wars because they had the opportunity to justify it and they gave it up for just an absolute rote, flattering, feminist, women can do no wrong, men are dolts. It's like 90s sitcom writing. The worst one is Star Wars, which makes sense because what Kathleen Kennedy did to that series is just absolutely unconscionable.
Is there a problem, people? Put a chick in it, make her gay!
I'm Michael Knowles. See you next time.